Hey everyone, I'm Rambo Az, and I'm your co-commissioner for the Firetail League. Let me take this time to explain what we have in store. We have 6 teams comprised of 36 AUNZ players, all competing for a $1,000 prize pool. The regular season will run over 5 weeks in a round-robin format. Each team will play each other only once, which means you've got to make the most of every match. At the conclusion of the round-robin, second and third will face off for the right to challenge first in the grand final. This is where the best of the best will take each other on to finally determine the winner of the inaugural Firetail League. Each match begins with a turf war. Win that, and your team chooses the first game mode for set 1. The match consists of 3 sets of 3 games. The winner will be the team that wins 2 sets, but regardless of when that happens, all 9 will be played out. This means every game is super important if you want to make it to the finals. Each week, the top players will be voted on by the viewers, the winners taking home some ASUS ROG swag. Voters have the chance to win an ASUS ROG Go wireless headset with USB connection, perfect for the Switch.
Hey guys, welcome back. You're watching the Firetail League. At the end of our round 4, we've got a massive match with Brisbane Boom taking on the Melbourne Maelstrom for what's going to be the top fight. To who's number 1, right?
Yeah, I believe the winner of this will take out top spot on the leaderboard.
All right.
After round 4, so a huge game here. It also has various impacts on the other teams still looking to make the playoffs. So, yeah, we're in for a good one.
Massive one. Guys, thank you firstly to all the subscribers that we've had from that first half. I think we ended up with like 6 or 7. It started, and there was like there was a hype train. I don't know what's going on with my hands anymore, dude. My hands look weird.
Can't even feel them.
I know, just going to get these different tattoos all up there. And if we refer to the dark mesh, we're referring to the mesh inside Splatoon game. So that's the call out we made for our first subscriber. Quickly, all our players are doing something pretty special to raise awareness. Checkers, would you like to run us through that?
Yeah, so you'll see the players with semicolons at the end of their names to raise awareness for suicide prevention. A semicolon is used in writing where you could choose to end a sentence, but you decide not to. And so it's a metaphor for people to choose to continue with their life.
Right. Ocean Ink Squids have a lot of different hotlines if you're struggling with any thoughts or anything like that. There are plenty of resources and the whole community is here for you. So let's all stick together and watch some Splatoon. The reason why we're all here together, right? So look, guys, like I said, we have a massive game today between Brisbane Boom and Melbourne Maelstrom. We're going to go into some stats and let's see what this matchup looks like between these two teams.
So here we go. You see 7 sets 1 to Melbourne and 6 to Brisbane, but those games one is the interesting one. Brisbane have only dropped 1 game in their last 2 matches. So
they're relentless. They do not want to drop a game. When they get momentum, they keep steamrolling. And I think it's really... the thing is they have to pick up the momentum first.
Absolutely. And when we go down there to kills... pretty even. Melbourne have the edge there, but I think Melbourne just play at such a fast pace. You see the kills and their assists and deaths, everything is higher because of that pace they play at. Brisbane with a couple of strong backliners, slightly slower pace. But you see, if you look at the differential in like kills to death, 2.5 for Brisbane, 2.2 for Melbourne. I mean, if you ignore the sort of pace that they're playing at, they look like they're pretty evenly matched.
Right. I don't think... I mean, there's nothing separating these two teams apart.
No. Today is going to separate these two teams.
Right. And so the 2 big call-outs I'd like to make is that Owlsy is not playing in this set of 9.
That's what we've heard.
It's what we've heard, yes.
And I think the thing about Brisbane is that they seem to... pick 4 players for the game and just stick with them.
And it's a good strat.
No subs in between matches. We'll see if they keep doing that this week. I'm not sure where they're at with their players' games requirements. I know Will needs to play a lot of games.
Right.
But yeah, I think we'll see. It might be something like Ray, Will, Neru, and Murray or something like that.
Right. Which is still a powerhouse of a comp, right?
Yeah.
And coming up from Melbourne, it seems to be it's shocking the game.
Shock show.
Yeah, right. And look, that's a valid strat as well, right? You got to play to everyone's strengths and play to Shock's weaknesses as well.
Yep.
If he gets taken down, he needs to have that support network around that either A, don't lose too much ground when he drops, or B, push forward with him when he does get that pick, right? So it's the rest of the team allows Shock to do what Shock does.
Yeah, a team of enablers for Shock.
Right.
I think...
Who is playing from a holiday house at the moment.
I don't know how his parents feel about that.
I know, right? So he's whipping out his 4G internet or the Wi-Fi at the house if there is.
Hotspotting the phone, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's making it work.
And God bless him for that. That's awesome. It's really good to see the dedication come out from the players here. But at the same time, it's they're not doing it for the benefit of everyone else. They get $1,000, a crisp $1,000 if they win the grand final.
That's right. And finishing first on the ladder is such a big deal because you go straight through to that $1,000 match.
Yes. So
you don't have to worry about semi-finals. You can just sit back and watch two teams beat each other up, and then just
without the popcorn. Yeah. And then not only then, but you have a breakdown of what they do in the semi-finals to then take into the grand finals.
Yep. So huge advantage to finish top in this league.
And we're about to see what's going to happen. Probably this is the close to the defining moment. I think there might be some stats in round 5 that will muck around with it.
As far as who makes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Adelaide can certainly still make it. They just they'll need to win next week, and they'll need Brisbane to beat Sydney next week.
Yeah.
I think unless Brisbane lose heavily in the next two, then potentially, Adelaide could overtake them instead.
Did you hear that, Melbourne? You can make Brisbane lose very heavily.
But yeah, I think the thing with Shock is we've talked about it on Tuesdays with FLC that sometimes he goes on those flanks, and if you can realize that and time your pushes, you can take advantage of a shockless defense.
Right.
So,
which is scary because the flanks are relentless from Shock.
They are.
If he notices any sort of stalemate, it'll turn into a flank.
I mean, we saw that Snapper Canal map where he was just doing laps.
He was doing bog laps. He had created a quick way to run around the map.
Yeah. So it's going to take a Brisbane team. And I think Brisbane are actually well suited to dealing with this because the Nerus and the Murrays just dominate map control.
Right.
They build specials. I think if any team can deal with Shock's flanking nature, then this might be the team to do it.
I am in total agreement with you. We're probably getting into our first match here.
The Turf War.
Which is the Turf War.
Which we now understand how the map works.
There's switches, and you paint the switches.
And the doors open.
And then doors open because you painted...
The switches.
The switches, right? And you play Splatoon on the Nintendo...
Switches.
I mean, multiple... Fair enough.
I mean, you could.
You could. I'm not saying you can't.
Everyone goes to the beat of their own drum.
Right. You want to play 2 switches? It's fine. You want to play handheld? Sure. Sticks? Cool.
No sound?
No sound.
Do that.
No sound. I know, right? We've seen a surprising amount of...
We've learned so much about people and their play style.
We have. It's been really good.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this. Are you enjoying this?
I think I'm enjoying it.
I'm really enjoying it. The final thing I want to call out here, guys, is this is our North American time slot, and it is much more applicable now than ever to get them in for such a huge match between Australia and New Zealand. Australia, New Zealand players, Melbourne Maelstrom versus the Brisbane Boom.
Yes.
Right?
And it's Independence Day.
Hey!
Well, for them.
For them, right.
Because it's a 5th here.
Yeah.
But for them, it's the 4th.
It's the 4th, right? And what else are they going to be doing? Spending time with their families?
Shooting fireworks places.
Right?
No.
Nah.
The fireworks are all here. We bring the fireworks.
I'm a firework. baby, I'm a firework. Come and show me what I'm.
Do you ever feel like a plastic man?
And how's the game going? Are we all lined up and ready?
Who knows? Is that my job?
Yes, it's your job. Can you please go get that sorted?
Oh yeah, everyone's ready but us.
Everyone's ready. Okay, cool. Get auto spec on, and we're going to get into our first match here, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. Please get all your North American friends to come have a watch. We had a hype train going before. We have some awesome Splatoon to show you. And not to toot my own horn, but we are one of the strongest streamers for Splatoon at the moment. Right?
Yeah, why not?
What else is there?
It.
I'm going to take it.
I can't tell you another one.
Yeah, Nintendo has left, and then we just have the massive content creators.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
go.
We're having fun out here.
I'm having fun.
I hope you guys are having fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got switches to paint.
We do have
Let's
switches.
get into it.
Our first match, guys, here. I didn't see who was actually playing for these two teams. Let's have a look.
Yeah. We should be paying attention, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an Explosion and a remix.
Right, and I was about to say they're putting Shock down, but no, they have. They've kept Shockwave. Shockwave has removed an E from his name, so he can put the semicolon
no double E.
up.
I mean,
I think that's a very respectable move. Thank you very much, Shock, for removing your brand to help us raise awareness.
but spelling his name right for once.
Yes, that too. All Ray using an inkjet to cancel the bomb that was planning to land on him on the floor. Goy being taken out there. Wait, whoa, hold the phone. Can we bring up the... Is that Goy and Silaris together?
Yeah, so they've got Goy, Pit, Shock, and Psy.
So this is their two midliners who I think are both crazy slayers. So, use such niche weapons but do it so well. Oh my god, Psy! I think they're going to make a great team.
Yeah, I mean, it just adds to this
Smorgasbord.
midline
Madness.
Yeah.
Midline madness for the Melbourne Maelstrom.
No, mate, you're onto something here.
I am. And Silaris shooting up the dark mesh up there.
I think it just means that Shock's gonna... Will we see as much Shock on Nautilus? Or is he gonna have to play something more aggressive?
No, I think the Nautilus is fine. I think they can run triple
Simon.
midline, which is what they're doing now. Or maybe
Simon
he's
Enzap.
But he's just making sure this is a turf-heavy map.
Yeah.
He wants the armors for the team.
It will be interesting though because we haven't seen this combination of players before.
Yeah, so they need that switch painted. Here we go, and they're finally out of the gates again.
Switch is open.
Oh, they're using the painting switch to keep it closed. Oh, so the other team is trying to paint it. They've let a ball go. It's like a ball in a china shop. How good was that? It like opened the gates into this like ball.
Like a Trojan horse.
Yeah. There's nothing inside here, guys. It's just a gift. It's just a gift.
They're battling hard to keep this switch closed and control the map as we see it open up here. Still anyone's game as Brisbane look to push in. Naru goes down.
It's definitely the chicken over the egg. Or is this ketchup mayonnaise?
Ketchup and mayo.
Okay.
All the good condiments.
Goy
getting wheeled there. And Melbourne looking in control with 30 seconds to go. Yeah, they're just controlling mid. They got the switch painted. Whatever the middle one does, who knows?
We're looking... There's one drop down there. That's two down in the last 10 seconds. This is
Melbourne.
definitely looking like a Melbourne match. Guys, if they can control this like they have... let the Goy out. We'll put a quick stop to Goy's intrusion into their switch base.
But too little, too late there.
Right.
Melbourne really controlled that.
And if that is a sign of things to come, I think this is going to be the strongest Melbourne comp that we've seen.
It very well could be. And we'll see what impact No Owlsy has. I know I like to call Ray 25 Mini or Baby Owlsy. They can play a very similar role. But yeah, interesting start there.
Well, it is. It is. And for our viewers who have just joined us, we have a special treat for you. We introduced it last game, but we have new screens for you guys.
All for you.
All for you. But firstly, we've got to find out what the mode is. And who gets to pick the mode? It is nothing but Melbourne Maelstrom.
Yes, and why don't you tell the good people which mode that is?
I'm not sure. I haven't read.
Well, open your eyes.
Right. Okay.
Rainmaker.
We are starting off with some Rainmaker, which is an interesting pick considering Brisbane Boom are awesome at Rainmaker as well. So we'll start by putting Rainmaker on the board. But where do we see all the maps that they can choose from? How do we do this?
Just click it, bro. Stop mucking around and click
Stop mucking around, man. We've got things to do. Here we have our map list. These are all the maps that people can select from Rainmaker in our map pool. We have 10 maps per pool with the pick and ban rates from last week. So who's the first ban?
Yeah, so Brisbane, Brisvegas.
Brisvegas.
Banning Albacore.
Albacore.
Or New Albacore in the alphabetical order that this
right.
is. I'd like to help you out there.
Yep, and who else?
And the Melbourne Maelstrom are banning Manta Maria.
Manta Maria.
Which, very smart. Nauru and Murray.
I liked the fact that New Albacore has a 62% ban rate.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
That's a big ban rate.
I wonder why.
Hey, and Puts is in the stream. He's been wanting to see some Rainmaker action
Finally.
for a while. So shout out to Puts. Here's some Rainmaker for you, bud.
And the map that has been selected is the PP.
PP!
The PP.
PP has been picked up by Brisbane Boom, right?
The BB have picked the... No.
MM. BB? No, Brisbane Boom.
Yeah, BB. BB's picked PP.
Yeah. So that will be their first pick for this match. Piranha Pit. Interesting decision. I think that's a midliner's mayhem. And the madness coming out from the Melbourne Maelstrom and their midlines is maddening. Yeah, you got nothing. You got nothing.
So no changes to either side, going in with the same lineups. Now, Piranha Pit Rainmaker, nice long-range map here. And it was the BB that picked the PP, right?
It was the BB, the Brisbane Boom.
Established
the Piranha Pit. Yes.
So,
not
maybe
the money-making Melbourne Maelstrom.
You know, Murray, if he's playing Dynamo, could sit up on the ramps for a bit. Nauru's got long range, so does Pit, though.
But Nauru's going to... I don't know if Nauru's going to use the ballpoint or hop back onto the remix. This is a midliner's dream, this map, right?
Yeah, we got plenty of them.
There is both of these teams. Yeah, we're dripping with some midliners. So, is this the first shooterless comp we just see out of these teams?
I mean, Will seems to just run the junior, so expect that. And then Ray will take a T-Tag a splash shot of some sort. Probably the T-Tag. Nauru is going to be a ballpoint or a heavy Murray Dynamo. So Brisbane very predictable, in their comps.
They are.
Melbourne also relatively predictable.
Melbourne are predictable in the fact that they all have their selection of guns that they're going to run, and they don't want to stray too far out of that. They're not going to whip out a bamboo on Snapper Clams and destroy everyone. So we're looking at yellow coming out for the Brisbane Boom, is it? Yes, and purple coming out for the Maelstrom.
Nice, and we're seeing
colours.
Rapid Blaster from Psy.
Yep.
And Shocked back on the north.
Something with a bit more movement. This is a very hard map to turf up lots, and they don't run a lot of turf weapons, especially with Goy on the Slosher. So I think the Rapid Blaster is a much better option.
Yep, and I think we got Pit on the Blob Lobber, so...
Hey, cool.
Bit of a throwback there to the old Blue Grill days.
Yeah, before we had a dedicated Rainmaker runner. Oh, Ray gets a trade with Goy. 2 down now for Brisbane Boom. We're going to see Melbourne's first... No, we're going to see Brisbane's first push.
Nauru grabbed and ran.
Trying to get a stall here. Pit...
That's what I got to worry about. Shocked pushing up the Inkjet.
Inkjet coming out.
Or Dynamo's probably going to...
Trying to hide. Oh, Murray knows exactly where that Inkjet's going to come from.
But 2 down still on Brisbane. Pitt gets to
figure out where to go, getting a line, getting a side run up. Ooh!
Put the remix in his face. Drilled him.
We're looking at a real close pop here. I like how Pitt used this time to run up the left-hand side of the pipe, which made everyone kind of curve around to get around to him. That was brilliant.
How close Naru got. Naru takes that shot, and the blobs from Pitt just causing
brilliant.
shut down that choke point.
And that's funny because you see Naru needs to be taking out people like Shock, and Pitt needs to be taking out people like Naru.
A nice from Inkjet there from Ray 25.
Sai keeping hidden under there. Just trying to stay safe with a little bit of turf in front of her so she has some movement options.
They know where she is, so they just need to be careful here. Oh.
Shot out from underneath with a suction bomb. Put down by, the NZAP coming out from Will rather than the Junior. Yep.
Pretty much the same weapon. But we're not going to see... We know what we're going to see from the two teams. It's just who can execute better.
Yes.
So
who picks the better map?
They've got their weapons, so yeah. It's going to be fun. A lot of fun.
Yep.
Or Ray
Shock's trying to take out that Inkjet. The Inkjet is taken down. There's only 3 for the beginning of Brisbane's push. Noticing how Murray has to stay behind the Rainmaker, which is quite unfortunate. You do want most of your team in front of the Rainmaker. Murray trying to get... he knows he's in a bit of trouble.
A nice job
Pops back out. Look at that! The fact that Brisbane is still holding on to this push.
Yeah.
As I say that, the commentator's curse. Will dropping it down to what looked like Shockwave.
Boy goes down to a bomb, so it's 3v3 at the moment. Everyone's sort of sitting back with their midline weapons and having shots at each other.
Right. Really, the game's only being opened up by map control and by inkjets. It seems like the opening for either team.
And you can see the importance that Brisbane put on map control, jumping back to mid and that kind of...
Brisbane taking out 2 people. Murray going for the flick on Pit Viper. Pit is weak. Murray is looking around, finds Goy. Pit needs to take him down. Brisbane are coming in. They're going to get a first drop here. They've got it to 1. Who would have thought a push coming from 4 to 1? That would be the difference between two teams. 3 points, considering how close she got to the dunk.
Oh, they were just so close to taking the wrap, but couldn't quite do it before she clambered up that podium. This is what we came for.
This is it. This is the slugfest that we wanted to see from 2 heavyweights. Will coming in by himself. You cannot do this. These are 2 structured teams. You cannot go in by yourself unless you're Shock. But Shock does it's a very methodical approach.
Ray getting another inkjet kill. Oh, they've got them 3 down. It's just Sai up the top there that's last, and they can probably ignore her, but Murray's going to find her with the dynamo.
Yeah, coming from the side. Sai, especially with the rapid blaster, can only take on lots of people if they're standing next to each other. If you go 2 separate angles, there's not a lot that a rapid blaster can do.
Yeah. And Murray's picked up Rainmaker, working his way through the left.
Ooh, Pitt trying to cut off all angles. Torpedo coming up from behind. Too much chip damage from Murray. He's been taken out. Silaris using great for the angles that she can't hit. The Torpedo can.
Yeah, 3 down now for Brisbane. Melbourne have another chance to take this lead, and they have to knock it out.
I will die if it is a dunk that finishes them off. Because we have just seen it go from 4 to 1. If this goes to a dunk, then no team is playing proper defense.
So Melbourne needing to pop this to get another shot.
Looks like a good stop. Shockwave being taken out. Another jump. That looks like it's going to be a Brisbane game coming out from the first. Booyah's coming out. Oh, look, and they're all posing for the camera right at the end.
Beautiful.
That is a Brisbane
Picture
game.
perfect.
Picture perfect. All right, we are going into the end of that match, which was a Brisbane win. That was what I expected, but I'm still so surprised. How can I be both?
Really fast-paced, as we talked about before the game, that Melbourne likes to play like that. So Brisbane seem up to the task though, and yeah, 4 to 1. I mean, what a game! What a game!
And they're doing this sans Aussie as well. I think Ray 25 is filling up that slot perfectly,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
the
would be
same
fine
role.
if Owsley never played another game.
Yeah, just retire him.
Just retire him. He played a good run. He did well.
He'd be.
Ray 25's obviously taken over his spot.
I mean, he needs to get used to warming the bench when he comes and plays for Blue Peru. Right? So there's a couple of slayers out here.
There is, yeah. The sound of Rambo flexing with his clapples. Which, unfortunately, there's a very lack of clapples coming out in the Australian scene.
In this tournament.
Completely.
Maybe ask Gio, he seems to pick up anything.
He will. All right, we're going on to our next pick. What are we going into? What are we looking at for Rainmaker?
I mean, we are looking at you jumping the gun because we haven't got a map pick yet.
Oh, I see. Well, what have they got a selection of? It seems like Black Belly is a very common pick, followed by Anchovy. Anchovy used to be the big pick last week.
I mean, Sydney especially seems to love a bit of anchovy on the pizza that is this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wahoo's got a little bit of action. I don't know. There seems to be the three, like Piranha Pit, Black Belly, Anchovy, seem to be the main ones.
Mm-hmm.
Wahoo it is.
Wahoo it is.
Wahoo. I'm going to do that every time it's picked.
This is the pick for Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Because they lost, and they cannot be bringing them L's into this game. There is no space for these L's.
May Strom. No L's.
Because there's no L's. Right. That took me a second. Also, they've also got no W's. The Melbourne Maelstrom, because they've got no
flip
W's.
it.
Oh, the whale straw.
The whale straw?
The whale straw, yes. That's when they bring in all dem W's. Okay, I've got to select that map as Wahoo. As we go into our next match. Have we seen any subs come out? I think they're going to keep a very similar comp.
Yeah, I think these teams seem to stick with... I mean, I know Melbourne seem to stick with in each set. They play the same three. It seems that way. Brisbane seem to stick with the same team throughout the whole match. So I'm not expecting a lot of subbing, which means we're going to have a lot of quick, not that many breaks. We're going to get right into it. We're going to have a lot of fun here.
So I need to stop waffling is what you're saying.
I mean, they're ready up. You say whatever you want.
Waffle.
You can sing for us if you like.
Who has seen Hamilton? My goodness, if you have a Disney Plus subscription and you like musicals, then it's a definite. If you like rap, then it's less of a definite, but it's still a very good watch.
Even if you don't like musicals, I feel like it's pretty good.
It's not polarizing at all. It is just entertainment, and it's historical. It's just good fun, and it's a great story.
Especially on American Independence Day.
Right. And which is why it kind of came out there.
And that's why you should come and watch this. Watch this when it's done.
Oh, yeah, no,
watch
don't go
Hamilton.
now. Yeah, don't go now. No, we're watching this. Yes, Disney Plus are not sponsoring our stream.
Similar comp coming out for Brisbane. Psy on Melbourne has changed to the Grim Range. We saw a lot of success last week with Psy on this map and this mode.
The Grim Range is what she wants to do.
Yes. Being able to sit back on defense and just hit those angles perfectly.
We're seeing some... I'm noticing the substrafing coming out from Sileras as she moves around. To have that wide into your play just means that that movement is already... It's a good thing to kind of have pre-built into your movement.
Yeah. So Neru's gone down, but Shot goes down as well. Ray getting a nice pick there. Ray really stepping up in the absence of Owsley. I'm impressed so far.
Yep. Pitt getting the double there when he needed to. A little bit of help from Goy coming out as well, and it's going to be the beginning of the whale straw. The Melbourne Maelstrom, and their first push in Rainmaker. Coming down to 31. No stop coming out until Ray comes around the back. Now that's a pretty good push. It could be a game-winning push.
Could be. I think Will just got caught on... Thought they were going to go one way and they went the other. So...
Picking up from Rivers' playbook as far as movement and Rainmakers are concerned.
Yeah, and I mean, 31's good.
It is good.
Beatable.
Definitely. Yep.
As we saw, these two teams like to get to 1 and 4, so 31 means nothing to them.
No. Ray spotting Goy there, deciding to go forward. It is more important to get the elbow. What a choice. What a brilliant game set for Ray to bring.
Now, closing down that space on the range blaster is hugely important.
Right.
So, really impressed with Ray.
Getting to 40 points. It seems like 3 points, the difference is a common theme for these two teams.
Yeah, we get rid of the threes at the front of those, and it's the same as last time, isn't it?
Right. I really wanted to stress that Ray 25 player before saw that he could have helped out with Goy, knew he had enough teammate pressure to help him, so decided that the elbow and the map control of the elbow was much more important, and that's what we need to see from these teams.
Yeah, and I think also you've got to recognise where the range blaster is and close in that space.
Would have caused a nightmare for a team to run. Oh, beautiful shot coming out from Sileris.
You got to force-sided hit directs. Like that. You see, if she hit the direct, she'd get the win, but Naru, like, such slow killing time on that blaster that Naru has advantage.
Especially in a straight battle. If we're talking over ledges, where Sai can be advantageous, then that's a different story.
And they're going to push through the Booyah here.
Perfect stop before the Booyah comes out. Neru's got to be kicking it. The fact that the team couldn't use that, because it takes a long time for the remix to paint another Booyah.
Does. Naru just trying to hold and get their team back in.
But this is what Naru and Murray are experts at, right?
It's that map
holding
control.
A position.
And holding a forward position, even more importantly. And Naru gets a double. Gonna make it 3.
Getting a triple.
Here comes a
as they run into the lead, all I want to do is strut his...
Stop.
I'm strutting instant replay that because I think it's so important to have a look at Neru getting that triple. Opening
they're taking the
push. Lead. Still managed to push to get the lead to 29. I still think the replay was important to see.
You can see both on the replay, it's fine.
Right. Good pop. Good. That's where the 1%ers come into it, right? Where everyone just needs to throw themselves out to get the lead.
Yep.
Because 29, look, if 31's the only other push, you're in the lead. Now, what we do see for what is great about Brisbane Boom is their defensive stall. We've just talked about it in a forward position. Now we're going to see it in defense happening as well. Ray has other ideas and gets the double.
And they just have nullified Shock as well. I haven't seen Shock pop off at all. He's on 7 KA, but that's definitely not Shock-like from what we've seen in the last few weeks.
Right.
Maybe he's a bit too relaxed on his holiday.
Maybe he should tell the masseuse to hop off as he's playing Splatoon at the moment.
Alright, so Melbourne here are going to have another crack at the Rainmaker.
This is looking what could be their last push here, which is dangerous when we see Neru's almost at a Booyah Bomb at 63 points.
You can see Brisbane just sitting and waiting. Got good map control. Ray sharking, trying to go for the Rainmaker.
Pitt's got plenty of space around him. Unfortunately...
See W sharking down the bottom there as well.
Right, and he has to be very careful. The Booyah comes out. Pitt's in a terrible position, uses an escape route down, but it's a very, very dangerous down in Carousel unless the team is around him. So far, doing a great job. Ray 25 trying to push through. Ray being taken out. It's now 3v4. Melbourne side. Now they've got to contend with bombs. That's Will. We're looking at Neru and Murray are the final two. They need to deal with Murray.
Murray's
bomb's coming in.
Pitt
dodging through two. Can he get through the next one?
Oh, Ray got him. Ray must have got him there. Let's watch it on the replay. Yes, we got a replay for you. Ray coming through and just managing, I think, to get one.
Pitt would have been dealing with 30 damage after 30 damage of all these splat bombs coming through and just chipping them on the side. He could only have done that so much.
And Owls in the chat, so excited, cannot find the G and the O keys there.
Let's HP.
Let's HP, everyone.
Everyone, Hewlett Packard has... Oh, well done. Ray, incredible match coming out from him. The stops that he did, the aggression he put on. He is flying from the nest and he is standing up as one of the X-Factor players that the league needs to see for a winning squad to come out.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were really lucky that they managed to get that stop. If Ray had gone down, then it was over.
Right.
So unfortunate there for Melbourne. But yeah, another really close game. Brisbane taking the set.
That's the first one over to the BB. My choice for Victor for the Firetail League.
You did pick them, yes.
Yep. But I picked them not knowing Ray 25 was going to blow the hell up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think a lot of the Rays are a bit newer to the scene, and maybe people not realizing just how good they are.
And the fact that they're a support network of three. If all three are trying to get better, they've got that close-knit competition of just constantly feeding off each other.
That's true. And what... so the map, firstly, Inkblot Art Academy.
Right.
And what better time to set the goose loose?
The goose has made an entrance, has he?
The goose is out of the pen.
So that's got to be Melbourne's pick, obviously.
Yes, it is. We saw Loose Goose on this mapper mode. Drop a 25 KA in the first week.
Right.
Let's see
Carbone coming for you.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see if it is Carbon. I mean, you've still got Goy, Shockwave, Stalaris. I don't know if a Bucket, a Blaster, and a Carbon are all going to coexist, but I'm happy to be proven wrong.
The brilliance is this map doesn't need a lot of paint. It's so close.
Goy has a nice NZAP as well. Shock could play NZAP. They probably need someone on that kind of weapon. No subs for Brisbane. But... Geo saying that they need a bamboo. Someone needs a bamboo.
Geo, I'm sorry, mate, but not everyone can just hop into a league game. What is effectively the top player of Australia, just hop into it, whip out a flex pick, and then top KA with it. Incredible. Getting into our final match. So, look, Brisbane have already won this round, but it is important for Melbourne to A, pick up the momentum, and B, pick up more games.
Yeah, games and sets are going to be very important between who finishes top and who doesn't. We do see the Bucket, the Blaster, and the Carbon Roller and Shock picking up their NZAP to try and help with the paint.
Right, okay, that's where this...
Or Murray with those vertical flicks that only he can pull off.
And that's what the compromise of this Melbourne comp was, that we see Shock coming out on NZAP.
The compromise.
The compromise. I like it. Murray coming out now with an armor. This should be the beginning of Brisbane's first pick. They managed to go down, actually. Two. They trade down. 1 to 2.
Murray's just going to try and get as many points as possible here. Don't know why he shot backwards.
To push himself further forwards? Did he do that for points?
Really?
Did he just next level that for points?
We're going to have to ask Murray about that later.
He just reverse propelled himself for 1 or 2 points. If they win...
It's like a fire extinguisher, isn't it?
Yeah. Or like that movie in Gravity, where they use... Or the Mars...
I don't know.
Matt Damon one. What one is that? Where is it Mars? Matt Damon. Martian. And he shoots himself around with the... Never mind.
Haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen the movie?
No.
Watch it. Okay, you've got to watch
I'm watching
that.
this.
Sorry, yes.
Can't all be watching Hamilton.
Sorry, right.
The Martian.
I agree.
I'm spending my time watching Splatoon.
Well, I'm actually waiting to watch the first push come out from Melbourne, because Brisbane Boom are just saying, hell no, and stopping everything that they try and do. What's the key here? What has to happen?
Well, you can see the map control that Brisbane have, and that was my concern with this comp from Melbourne. The shooters are just a bit easier to run.
And Goose is going to have a hard time trying to find their midliners, right? Murray and Naru trying to deal with that.
Yep.
The burst bombs are the only thing he can do to actually get close. Oh, and the chickens. Look at the way he's using the chickens and the flicks to keep the pain up, keep the flicks out, and the chickens are still going. Definitely a master in the carbon space. What a shot! I love it. That was methodical. Brilliant.
I guess another one with Ray.
2 down for them. They've got to make a push. Shock going for the pickup. No.
See, I don't think Shock can pick up really, but he might have to here. He needs to be the one out there painting up in front and getting those kills. Oh,
Naru
spotted.
instantly
He's going to get another free kill up the top there. Or maybe he hasn't seen it.
No, she's under a bit of pressure. Backs off.
Loose Goose goes down, however, so... Melbourne just can't build any momentum here.
And I think the momentum stop is coming out from... that's what Brisbane do.
Yeah. And I know that they had some success on this map, but now thinking about it, Brisbane can really control this map with those... They can sit up on the plat.
Yeah, and we've seen it before. We've broken it down with FLC.
Yeah, so maybe this wasn't the best choice in the end, but...
You know, they just wanted to see Goose come out with another 25 KA, but they had to think about who exactly they're fighting in this point. Oh, Loose Goose rewriting the script as I wrote it. Taking out Naru, who's just being a bit too overzealous on the platform. Trying to get a few more flicks there. Had the opportunity. Thought that Murray would hug the wall a bit more.
Just being a nuisance, isn't he?
He is. What a nuisance.
But still, they haven't got it past 94. Shockwave has it, so he's really relying on his midliners to...
Yeah, look, and if they're not going to get better than 36, they don't need to get better than 94.
No.
They need to get to kill them, basically. They need to splat them, make sure that they have numbers up so they can force that push.
The Rainmaker counter down below 30 seconds now, so they're going to have to make their moves soon.
Loose Goose trying to make his way in, taking out Neru, but trading one-on-one. The Booyah Bomb doesn't manage to make its way past, thanks to Loose Goose, but that is not enough because Ray 25 is cleaning up everything that the other guys can't.
Yeah, and you see all but Naru have 12 KA. Naru just sitting back and...
Painting Booyah Bombs. Yeah, 5 Booyah Bombs coming out from Naru as well.
They can't quite pop it, so no overtime there.
Methodical game coming out from Brisbane.
Yep. Honestly, that map control that Naru and Murray provide is insane. And then that just allows Ray and Will to go wherever they want.
That looks like a very yellow first set.
Does.
I see why the Rainmaker symbol is yellow, because that's Brisbane's booms. Brisbane booms. It's theirs. The icon's theirs.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay.
Well, we have to see Melbourne come out with what they're strong.
8 weeks of this?
8 weeks of this.
Weeks.
Right.
So
we've been friends for a lot longer than this. You can deal with my bad puns and terrible jokes for a little bit longer.
Yes. So we've got a mode selection coming through.
Hey, do we?
Oh yeah, do we?
Right.
Do we ever?
Let's get back into it. What map? What are we going to be playing?
Tower control.
Looks like we're coming out with tower control for our next set. This
control.
is tower control. This is one so we can hear it. We can't actually hear that be played through, so this is for us.
Tower control.
Oh, we have that on command. Oh, that's
press
right.
it rapidly as it goes.
I'll see. It does exactly what you wanted it to do.
Nice.
So we need to see. This is Melbourne's pick. What is the map pool for this, and what picks and bans are we seeing?
Yeah, so the bands coming through: Brisbane banning Makomat and Melbourne banning Manta Maria again. I feel for Murray and Naru not getting to play their favourite map.
Right.
You see Gabe coming through, the stats man. Brisbane have won their last 17 in a row. I guess we're not counting the turf war that they lost first up, but that's fine.
17 games.
Ranked modes in a row. Incredibly impressive.
Right. And obviously with the leadership of Murray being the only capable leader in Brisbane Boom.
Yeah.
With the experience to bring this team forward. So
He's
really
also a
good
very
job
modest leader,
from Murray.
which is what I really
It's what I
enjoy in
enjoy.
a leader. Yeah.
me
Modesty
too.
is a very important part of leadership.
So we're going Skipper. Is that the pick?
Yeah, it is.
That
It
is
is
coming
Skipper.
out from Brisbane. So this will be the first map. We're going Skipper Pav. Schellendorf Institute still hasn't been picked or banned for tower control. No, that is wrong. I remember having that conversation about last. These stats are correct as of end of round 3.
Correct.
So we'll update these for round 4 when we're in round 5. So, Skipper Pavilion. This is... Ooh, who gets the right side peaker advantage? And does anyone care because nobody's playing Charger?
I don't know. I assume it's Bravo that get that, right? So I think that's going to go to Melbourne. But so Goy has subbed out for Pit Viper, so they're obviously favouring the longer range on Skipper Pavilion, and I'm sure that's why Brisbane picked it, with Nauru just a monster on the Splatlings and the ballpoint. So I always enjoy watching Pitt and Nauru go head to head. They're very similar players.
That's it, yes.
Nauru a bit more aggressive.
Yep.
But
Pitt's defense
is solid.
is top tier. Nobody goes past Pitt.
No.
None shall Pitt. But
Sure.
it's like pass, but like Pitt.
Don't want to fall into the Viper's pit, do you?
No. Yeah, much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Thank you.
You do jokes good.
See how I spent a little bit of time thinking about what I was going to say before it came out of my mouth?
Word vomit. Dribble. That's why you're the colour commentator and I'm the play-by-play.
Right.
I'm a stream of consciousness. I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through a tower control set I start talking about what I'm going to do today or my shopping list.
Yes.
Because it's a stream of consciousness.
Just going to watch Hamilton again, aren't you?
I am. How does a bastard? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to throw away my shot. We're going to get into the next map here, and hopefully this gameplay leaves me satisfied. That is another Hamilton quote. That is not me being a weirdo. Let's get into this. Brisbane Boom. Yellow, Melbourne Maelstrom coming out as blue. We are seeing the T-Tech come out from Loose Goose. Didn't feel the carbon filled the role required, or maybe on this map it's quite hard to use as well.
Look, I think that they're the types of weapons Goose is going to have to play with this comp.
Yep.
The Blaster is going to be a decent pick on the tower control mode.
Yep.
But, they need movement, so I'm sure last game Sai was yelling at everyone to paint her feet.
That actively comes out of her mouth every second, as was told in the interview.
Murray and Will riding this tower through the checkpoint.
Where are Melbourne?
Can't even see them on the screen at the moment.
No, Murray just taking out another one. The Inkjet coming back out from Loose Goose. Hopefully it's enough. Hey, the drop roller coming out from Loose Goose. Obviously
On
a
their
shockwave special.
A white there on the side of Brisbane. Goose coming up and taking you to the flat.
Wasting no time to get forward with Sideris there. Is there a Goy? There is no Goy. Goy got subbed out.
No, yeah, Pitt came in for Goy, so
Pick him in for Goy.
Pitt needs to get on the tower here and
Trying to help out with the...
Shock's got to move up.
There
Maybe
is...
a misplaced move up on there, or
Yeah, maybe under pressure. A bit under pressure. Melbourne take the lead with this. Pitt still standing on tower. All he has to do is dodge a few bombs. He can
they
dance
just want to
around
get
that.
through this checkpoint. If they can get through the checkpoint, that's going to free up a lot of scoring opportunities.
Oh, and Ray coming through and cleaning up as Pitt was trying to look down and look at the bombs that he was avoiding. You got to keep that aim up, and the bomb dancing has to be second in your mind.
So Nuri going to clear out bottom mid here, looking for flanks, as we've talked about how important that is. And actually, the remix is a nice pick with the point sensor for finding a shockwave.
Right. And that's what we're seeing over and over again, is where is Shockwave? right? The rest of the team is doing a great job, sure, but Brisbane Boom need... There's a Shockwave. I found him.
Always coming from the side.
And Shock shall get another armor off here. Just using the tower really as a painting station. Pit Viper being taken out from someone behind. Ray 25 coming behind. Taking out two. Stepping up. Doing more than what is expected. Taking out Shock and Pick. Two good picks to be making.
Do you know the other interesting stat?
What?
Given that they've won their last 17 games, Will has never played in a loss.
Will is a key to the game.
Maybe. He also had some crazy assist numbers last week.
Right. And I think he knows what his job is, right? And
getting that armor out for the team.
And
again, enabling the front line to sort of do whatever they want. Map control plus that armor is just like Owlsy and Ray are going to have a field day.
Yes. And seeing his humble beginnings in Firetail Octos, where he was, just starting to get into the competitive scene and wasn't really, top tier talent.
Yep.
And watching how he grooves in with Brisbane Boom is really good to see, and it's kind of what we've really done all this for, hey?
Absolutely.
Perfectly placed Booyah going to take out the last two there. Pit still manages to escape.
They both survive.
Look at that, the movement coming out from Melbourne, stopping this push. They are grasping on for their lives to try and hold this back. Can the Grim Range stop what's happening on the tower here? Or is Neru going to be able to hold them off? One coming out.
I guess one. Trying to get away. Can't.
Counting down. Ray 25 dancing around. Two more points.
Here comes the lead. Oh, just slides.
Tower drift. Shockwave hopping back on that tower. Brisbane Boom are letting go of the... No, they're not. Sorry. They've just put on They got the lead, right?
Yeah, they took the lead.
And the push has been finished. The push is now dead.
Alright, 30 seconds to go. Melbourne more than capable. They don't have a checkpoint in between them and the lead. It's only one extra on one down now. So here comes the lead for them. Back and forth this game goes.
Instantly straight back to Melbourne. Now Brisbane are dropping their 17 game win streak on a TC map.
But will they? They've got plenty of time.
They've got two Booyahs coming out. Two Booyahs. They have to stop the other team from using Booyahs. Murray having to get on the aggression because if anyone gets onto the tower behind Will.
They do. Shock manages to flank and knock Will off the tower and take it for himself. Brisbane's streak has ended. It's all Gabe's fault for bringing it up. Solaris on the Grim Range picking up 12 KA and Shock the important take of the tower at the end there.
And we're playing tower control, guys.
Tower control.
Incredible match coming out from Melbourne. They know what they need to do. They are top tier talent. They are one of the best teams in the league and they need to show it.
Why is everyone having problems writing go? G-O.
Let's foe.
Let's foe. Let's HP.
Because they're just so excited when they're slapping their keyboards. Probably with their nose, right? They're probably just like headbanging the keyboard. And it's hard to look at the keyboard.
That would explain things.
Mm.
Wow, these map picks are coming in hot and heavy. I can't even keep up, but I will. It's Anchovy Games.
It's Anchovy Games coming out for our next map here. If we have a quick look at our tower control map pick.
Yeah, it's been played a bit. Half of the tower control sets have featured Anchovy Games.
Anchovy.
And it's only been banned once. So people enjoy the Anchov.
Now you can see here that Brisbane have had 2 picks, right? And you can, in this, Melbourne have only had to ban 1 and they've done nothing else, whereas Brisbane has got a ban and 2 picks. So it's very interesting using the screen to see the strategy that kind of comes on with the picks.
It is, yeah, and you'll start to see that more and more. as the rounds go on and we get into semi-finals.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to start to become important. Teams should be going back and looking at what their opposition have banned and picked and what they think could work for them against each opposition. So
all these games get uploaded to YouTube after, and we give I think we have access to some overhead cams if any team needs, or they can watch the FLC analysis desk where we use the overhead cams there as well.
So we're trying to put as much strategy into this league as possible, and we're trying to give you as much information as possible to deal with that strategy. So
right, so you have no excuse why you lost.
Yeah, you just didn't work hard enough.
You didn't, yeah. I like that. Brisbane Boom coming out with green and Melbourne Maelstrom coming out with purple. Like it was their choice. We're seeing
the exact same comp.
Right,
much
except
from
Loose Goose goes to the Octo Shot, maybe finding more luck with the same gun in a different skin.
It's a mental thing. I think it
is. If one's not working, you pull out the other.
Exactly.
Now, here we see this midline stalemate that comes out from both of these squads at the beginning of the game. Murray saying hell to that.
Oh, gets bumped off the tower and into the shots of the Viper.
Into the Viper. Now, well done, Pitt. Already getting one kill, doing better than the last time Pitt was on TC and Chovy.
It only took 43 seconds for you to get that off. Pitt obviously, not picking up a KA last time, but they still won the game.
They did with 0.
Just no thanks to him. So Brisbane doing a good job defending here. This vertical area of the tower is a difficult one to push.
And it's always great as when you're fighting a Dynamo and you see the Dynamo start to flick and you see those coloured dots because you know the Dynamo has run out of ink, overextended, and you should have the kill. Sai in such an offensive position when really there is nothing there for her to be standing, and she's got no support, no backup. She's hoping
like
that she gets a few.
She should be getting indirects, but they don't seem to be landing.
Perfect positioning coming out from Murray. Murray putting himself into the middle again.
There it goes.
Being taken out by Silaris.
Again, a nice... I feel like this is still a nice map for the Range Blaster. Will painting up this armor, looking to help them push. And Brisbane coming out aggressively now on the back of that armor. So
needing to find a retreat. Wasn't quite the right push coming out for Brisbane. Will
nice.
Taking out Shockwave. That's a huge pick. There's still only 2 up at the moment though, so it's not like they can really engage on that.
No, but Melbourne have been in control of this game, but they've only pushed to 62. The Range Blaster just catching out Will there.
Silaris doing a great job of using those the 2-tier system that we talk about in Anchovy, standing underneath and firing up.
Yeah, and gonna find Ray as well.
A great job. Already a 10 KA coming out from Silaris.
And it's 2v2 here. Nuri gonna booyah to try and help out.
Too much paint coming out from Will with the pressure of a booyah bomb. Silaris dies. A Shockwave gets taken out too, and Pitt looks like he's been taken as well. That's 3 of them down. Silaris has just been brought up, but this looks like Brisbane's push.
But they've gotten 2 down themselves, so they might be able to at least take mid and
right, Murray has an armor. All he needs is 3 safe jumps to get everyone back in. And then we should see the beginning of this push, but Melbourne has the time to now set back up again. Ooh, Loose Goose, and some great movement coming around. Unfortunately, Neru paints around him, so he's just got nowhere to move.
Yeah, the armor helping Neru out there, I think. But well played.
Yo, Kaio, welcome, buddy. Thank you for bringing your stream of 35 viewers over to the Firetail League. Watch some of this Splatoon, guys. It's amazing. We're watching Brisbane and Melbourne Maelstrom duke it out in tower control.
This is a top of the table clash, so...
Yes, this is possibly the 2 best teams and the best Splatoon you'll watch from us in the Firetail League.
Melbourne have gone 3 down, just Pitt trying to hold this tower back. They've reached checkpoint 2, going to take the lead. And you see Murray and Ray move up, but they go down. So just Naru kind of stranded on the tower here, going to push
trying
as
to
far
both
as
side.
they can.
that's that long range blaster. That's the Grim range blaster coming out, where if you don't take out the range blaster, it will take you out. There is too much indirect damage on the tower. You cannot dodge it. It's not a bomb.
Yeah, and
Sileris having a huge game, 16 KA coming out, where no one from Brisbane has even hit 10 yet.
yeah, I think the map really suits the weapon. I don't know what else to say.
Yes, but Sileris is using it to a full advantage as well. Taking out these midline picks is no easy task when they have so much turf in front of them. She's still managing to do a great job.
So just Psy up. And it looks like Brisbane are going to take this.
That's 3 down to Melbourne. It's been a great push. Everyone's dancing around the tower now. Brisbane know that's their game.
So that moves Brisbane to match point in this set play format. As they go 1-1 in tower control.
Yes, we're looking at match point for next game.
We are. So this is huge for Brisbane. Trying to wrestle the top spot on the leaderboard away from Melbourne.
We talk about this holy trinity of, Murray, Nehru, Alzi come out. But Sileris, Goy, Pitt, I mean, they're all doing great jobs. I haven't seen Shockwave stand up and just carry like he usually does.
No.
But the rest of the team is just carrying the load.
Yeah, I think again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but
do it.
Just the map control that Brisbane can dish up. You saw, I think we've seen in the analysis desk that teams sometimes leave a bit of ink hanging around.
Yes.
Brisbane's not one of those teams.
No.
They make sure all the ink is dealt with, so you don't have any shockwaves hiding in puddles.
No, you can't have that, right?
No, because that'll end your push pretty quickly. So.
And they're switched on and aware of that, right? I think that I've spent my career trying to flank Nehru. That is my goal. And she is just so switched on into what her weak sides are.
Yep.
She doesn't let it happen very often.
No, definitely not. So Brisbane really put Melbourne on the back foot here, and Melbourne needs to respond. If they win this, then we're in a live set 3. It's back to even keel.
Back to even keel.
And it doesn't matter that Brisbane have won, 4 games and 3 games?
4 games? 4 games?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Brisbane have won more individual games than Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
It's
doesn't
still
matter.
A set piece.
It's the game that matters. All right, we're getting our next
Oh,
hit
I hope Mesh is in the chat.
Out from here.
Is that Mesh in the chat?
Oh, I don't know. Our number one, my thumb. The first subscriber that we've ever got. Mesh, we have a surprise for you, mate. It's Port Mackerel Tower Control. It is what you wanted to see. There's been a 50% ban rate. Can we get some hype in the chat? I love it. This is going to be great. We might see some Stingrays come out. This is the entrance of Yesone's, his commentator delivery as well. He talks about TC Port. Have you picked that up?
No.
He says hi, squids and kids, and like.
Oh, and people who like Port Mackerel.
Yeah,
TC.
it's like it's like TC on Port or something like that.
Gotcha. Yep, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. So shout out to him as well. He's not in chat. Oh,
someone
sad days.
Text him. Carrier pigeon, whatever you need to do.
Get that man
to get
on
Mesh
here.
in chat right now.
I see why it's a banned map, because it's a polarizing map, man. Depending on comps are certainly suited for it, or sometimes you just fail at it because it's this fast-paced 3-laned map that Stingrays come out of, that control, that do all these tiny little choke points just get destroyed with specials.
Yep. And so, I think it's also going to suit Shot getting around the map a little bit. But who can run a Stingray? Nehru and Pitt, obviously.
Yes. Oh, yes. Pit Viper used to be... we used to call him Raymain.
Yeah, we did.
He was.
Either the CJS or the heavy...
CJS? Do you reckon we'll see Pit CJS?
I think we might.
Mate, I would love to see that. Pitt has a pocket CJS that might be one of the best in the league. Honestly, think about who else plays CJS.
Magooch could.
Magooch. Yeah, have you seen Magooch whip out one?
Oh, in the past.
In the past? I
Magooch
think
could do anything.
if we were to whip out a custom juniors thing right now, Pit would be right up there. And I'm interested to see what's going to come out.
Gio says the bamboo is really good here. I also
really?
think I'm sure Gio has a good pocket CJS.
I think Geo's really good here.
Yeah.
If we put Geo in this map, it would work.
Are we seeing zero stingrays?
No, Pete wants to stick with his ball point. Look, that's fair enough. There's no ball points coming out on here. Sorry, no stingrays coming out in here, like you said. It'll still be a very interesting match. It just stops it from being so cheesy.
Yes. So we have the Booyah from Naru, giving up some range to that ball point, but that could be a beneficial special to have.
Will having to be very careful about his approaches because if he goes towards that ink, he's gonna get chip damage to high heaven.
Oh, Naru putting some arc on that Booyah bomb.
Yeah. Oh, running out of ink here. Murray needs to be very careful. Needs some backup from Will.
Look at them work together.
Look at the bomb placement coming out from Murray.
Just hitting her on the back of the head with the dynamo roller there, but that's okay.
No team damage, we're okay. Ray's 3-on-1 now. He's just overextending at that point, and I feel for him. And it's a Slayer's detriment that they get this white line fever where they need to rush, need to keep pushing up forward.
Yeah.
And that signaled the beginning of Melbourne's push.
At the same time, that is going to be his role in this team to get those picks. It's just a matter of timing.
He was circled in nothing but pink ink. 3v1,
that
three
was
different
not
angles.
The time.
That was not the time.
Naru hit the tower with that Booyah bomb. Going to slow up this push. The baller come out from Sai. Yep.
Hitzel, welcome to the chat, bud. Good to see you in here, man. That's going to be a complete wipe coming out from Melbourne. Looking back to Brisbane push 82. It's not a good push. Brisbane managed to stop that, and I think we're going to see that heavy midline come out and just stop every push that's coming out.
Yeah, and the Booyah again proving useful for Brisbane's push.
Oh,
Murray almost getting that vertical flick on Sai.
I was unaware that Murray was using a sniper. His accuracy with those vertical flicks is
Will goes
crazy.
flying off the tower because of that bomb. You see the double armor comp as well for Brisbane.
Pushing down to 39, too much chip damage from Neru. Asai paints the feet. Rapid Blast is a good pick here, but she needs a bit of space so she can get a few hits off because it's 3 indirects, right, to kill?
Yeah, I think it is.
21. That is a game-winning push in my eyes.
It is. It's a match-winning push at the moment. Remember, this is match point in this set play format.
Shock getting an important kill on Neru there, trying to break this hold that Brisbane have. Coming out for another kill on Murray. Murray using his great movement to get through that. They got to burn through these checkpoints, and then they got to get people up on those platforms. What's Shock going to do against 2 suction bombs?
The Shock needs to get forward, and there he goes.
Here we go. So we're looking at what could be the beginning of the end. Shockwave needs to do this quickly because that midline is just going to push everyone back. Don't think
Brisbane is still 2 down, so they've got the chance here. Naru going to again slow up that push.
No, and 2
Picks
people.
up Sai.
Pip managing to stay alive using the corner of the map.
Oh, but not for long. Murray takes him out.
Oh god.
The Murray and Naru show.
It's not even. Shock had the right idea about going around the side, but needed to use that NZEP to start taking those picks, even if they were unsafe.
And what can teams do to get through this ironclad defense of Brisbane? These 2 mid to back liners.
We saw it. We saw it starting. They started with a pick. They started with Naru. They caught Murray off guard because Murray is very easy to catch off guard if you take out one of his teammates because he's always helping out and he can't move very fast.
Where do they go? They got 2 down now.
Right, Neru and Murray. They're both gone down. Ray gets 2v1'd. This is the beginning of a big push here.
Oh, they must... Have they jumped
Where?
in from behind?
What?
Oh, and Nauru, I think, is just going ham.
No, Nauru's back there.
No,
it would
Will.
be Will. Big Will. Coming out with a 7 KDA there.
Big W.
Big W.
Murray hunting Sai. Gonna flick mid to hit Pit.
We are looking at the end of the match here, guys. This is going to put Brisbane Boom on top of the ladder, unless Brisbane Boom can. Oh, damn it.
Boom.
Boom. Here comes the.
Boom. Boom. Brisbane proving too strong there. We talked about Nauru and Murray. Ray also chipping in with 10 KA. I guess maybe all of Melbourne are on holiday this week.
Right. That wasn't the Melbourne that I expected. That's the problem with putting so much weight on one player. I really did see Silaris stand up, pick up, and Pitt did an amazing job.
Yep.
Loose Goose did all right. I didn't see a standout performance from Loose. But Brisbane is just so well-rounded. And when one person drops, the next person picks up the slack. And then, Owsley doesn't play. One of their best players, arguably the most game-changing player for Brisbane, doesn't play. Doesn't matter.
No, they were too strong. They seem to all have their roles and they're playing them to perfection. I think the benefit that Brisbane may have here is, having Owsley, Nauru and Murray, they can not have one of them play and still be quite a formidable opponent. So,
that's it. Agreed.
Yes, we'll see when all three of them play what happens. But we still got another set to play. They're going to be very important, as we talked about. You need to win as many sets, as many games as you can. They are the tiebreak for standings, for the league standings. And we're going to end up at the end of this with 3 teams on 3 wins and 1 loss. So the tiebreakers has become incredibly important.
The semi-final's going to be hectic, isn't it?
It will be.
And what's going to be
next week's going to be hectic.
Yes.
So you got Brisbane taking on Sydney, and I think Melbourne are taking on Perth. So you maybe expect Melbourne to win that. You never know. And so it could be Brisbane, Sydney sort of playing off the top spot. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows? But you know what I do know though, Jaggers?
Is it the next mode?
Clam Blitz.
We're playing some Clam Blitz. It's a crowd favourite. Everyone wants to.
For the fans.
Yeah, clams to the fans. So we're getting into our final set here, where Brisbane has already taken the match and has done an amazing job doing it. Very definitive. 5 games down to Melbourne's only 1. And even that push that Brisbane did in Skipper Pavilion was massive as well. So let's have a look at some of these picks and bans. What do we got?
Yeah, so bands coming through New Albacore Hotel again. Coppin
By who?
By
that would
Brisbane.
be Brisbane. Yep.
And Muscle Forge Fitness getting banned by Melbourne.
All right, that leaves us a pretty big map pool here. I'm glad that we're getting some more Clan Blitz games on here as well. Oh shit!
The Dark Mesh.
Dark Mesh dropping 5 tier 1 subs. Hess gets 1. Checkers, you got 1.
Oh,
you
nice.
got a sub. The Barry got 1. Ego Poker got 1, and Mocho all got 1. Dropping the subs like flies.
I mean,
I love it.
TC Port was all that needed to happen for those subs to be dropped.
That's what he said, right?
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Gift 5 if we played TC Port, and there it is.
Well done.
A man of his word.
Yep. Awesome.
How
well done,
good.
Dark Mesh. Always supporting the scene.
Look at all those emotes.
I know.
Come through the
Just
chat.
floating through it. Barry got 1. Nice. Collusion. Hitzel wanted 1. And he couldn't get 1. Mesh, the grandpappy of OCE. I love this chat. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
So we're playing
What was the pick?
the Reef. Clan Blitz, the Reef.
That was done by Brisbane.
Yes, sir.
So they're getting onto that. And then let's... Let's pull up our map list and rosters and see the 2-0 that has transpired.
Yep, so we've got same lineups from both teams, it looks like. What do you like on the reef, the clams? I like to see bubbles because I feel like that sort of protects you when you're under the basket there.
Yeah, I think, and the booyah, I've seen the double booyah come out a lot of times for Brisbane. It's a very small clam basket entry, and that booyah does a very good job of you just being able to swim through it. Yeah. Most people can get to the end of bridge or the beginning of ramp pretty uncontested. So the booyah is just,
Yep.
That's my pick.
And when we see some of those flanks come out, you can sneak up the left-hand side of this map and try and score through there. So, and also, I mean, you kind of need to get up there and cause a bit of havoc for the backliners.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, what backliners? I don't think we'll see Neru or Murray much on that back point maybe, under the clam basket. Pitt?
Maybe
Yeah.
Pitt.
Yeah, sorry, Pitt. Who has done a stellar job this match. Unfortunately, backliners don't win you games. No, backliners stop you from losing games.
Yes. Traditionally. Have you met Neru?
Midliner, bro. She's nuts. Midliner. Barry or whoever, Hitzel, whoever's part of +2, +1, please keep an eye out for Neru, and then just think about getting her in +2 because she's crazy. She's insane.
Oh, and Ray going down early here on the bridge. But I think Shock went down as well, so we're looking at a 3v3 at the moment. Size spotted someone, takes out Murray.
Oh, Xylaris getting a beautiful double kill to start off this match. It's going to probably start off this first pick. There was 16 clams left here. Sai has no problems with people getting right up in her hit. She just stopped it straight away. That should have been a kill.
Very nicely done. And they've scored here with clams piling in, down to 50 already. Pitt trying to sneak around and get some more. Will may have spotted it.
Neru getting a clean up. This looks like the end of the pit. No, Pitt getting behind it. Throwing a sneaky clam at the back every now and then. Still has one. Yeah, he just wants to keep that open. Now, I love what Brisbane Boom did. They went as a pack. Neru and Ray went back around and worked together to get Pitt out.
Yeah, but it's a really strong push to 26 there.
26
is doing a great job there.
Melbourne need to win this because this is proof that Melbourne can win this, right? They didn't win today, but this matchup is going to happen again in the next 2 weeks.
Most likely. Yep, so they do. They need to grow a bit of confidence.
Right, they need to prove that they can do this. And Clan Blitz, what a mode. It's still just as valid as any of the other modes. And if this is going to be the one that they can take Melbourne, then awesome.
Yep. You see Goose on the 96 scale. Slightly different weapon.
Yeah.
Picked up a couple of times in the league, but...
Just a quick call out. Xylaris is already on 10 KA, and no one else is even close.
Sai does a great job of throwing that torpedo, getting it to explode, and then getting the direct or indirect to finish them off.
Keeps as we say that, Ray coming out with an L3 kill, getting a double, turning into a baller. This is going to be the beginning of Brisbane Boom's push. It's going to be 3 down. Well done, Ray 25, opening up that push. And now we're going to see what Brisbane have to offer.
Yeah, and they've got the booyah in to support the push. More clams piling in. They're down to 53. Shockwave jumped to that beacon that no one's seen. And the BM.
Looking like it's going to be the end of this push. Watch the jump into Shockwave there. Just behind him. Follow into a cheeky bag.
How good.
What a cheeky bag.
Gotta look out for those beacons. So
every beacon's a safe beacon in my eyes, and I'm glad Shock did that. Loose Goose deciding to keep that open. Look
nice
at the passing
pass
play, yeah. Pitt, use your body, mate. No need to. Well done. Good drilling.
Oh, it takes out Ray.
Oh, Pitt.
Love it.
This is what you need to see coming out. A backliner who can hold off a baller push. You can't just openly let a baller come in like that.
That was a pretty aggressive bag as well.
It was.
He was excited.
Dude was slapping it with his face.
You know how excited Pit is by the rapidness of the swim bag.
Yes, yes.
And again, you see the torpedo come out from Sai, helping out there.
What, it does 60 damage if it hits them? Silera's trying to stay alive. Staying alive.
17k.
Oh, shit!
19k.
Oh, I know this is going to be the beginning of the next push, but let's just have a look at that. This is instant replay after instant replay. Most people, after dropping a baller in such an intense situation, take a step back.
Oh man, and they knocked out.
What happens if I press instant replay and we're going to see a double instant replay? Ah!
Inception.
What's going on? Sorry guys, I was so trigger happy on the side dropping a freaking 20 bomb, man. What happens if we do a third replay? We get a replay of that replay. Of the replay?
I think so.
That would have been a third one. I just wanted to see what happened with 3. Sorry guys.
Oh,
Clam Blitz.
Clam Blitz.
Very impressive by Sai. Carried the team through that one.
Right, that's 20 KA.
And it was only limited by the fact that the team knocked out. There was still a minute to go.
Yes.
Had Goose's... was it Goose that threw the power clam in, trying to save his 25 KA record? I reckon it was.
Right.
We didn't tell because we were just replaying everything.
A valid play, a very valid play. Now I've seen no Lobster. Lobster's taking a seat out this.
Yeah, I think
set.
Lobster's played most of the games so far, or a lot of the games.
Lobster, really?
What? He's been involved in all the other matches.
I haven't seen him.
Sorry, not today. Like previous days.
Oh, yes.
Sorry,
yes,
a little bit
yes,
of confusion at the commentator's desk here, but we're fine. We're working through it.
We good. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to slap the instant replay button. I just got so excited about showing a replay that I missed the end of that match. But we all knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you go 3 down and you're in some trouble. But we've got our next map, Aruni, which is Camp Triggerfish. Another one where the blaster could be useful looking at the walls.
Mm-hmm. Camp Triggerfish is very interesting. I think this is going to benefit the Neru Murray
yeah, that's
midline.
True. The Dynamo's nice here as well.
Yes, and splitting it into 2 separate lanes with a bit of space between them means that the vertical flicks are quite uncontested until they get underneath the bucket.
Well, you can get through the mid on the bridge in Clams, so you're right. They can do a bit of damage. I know that I often see on offense anyway, Naru might try and take the left-hand side, go up onto the mesh and shoot over the clam basket. So that's... I mean, I can see this working for either team, to be honest.
Yes, thanks very much for pointing this out. 100's pretty staple for the Firetail League. We pride ourselves on that number. That's pretty cool. We get about 100 or 150 every game, which is awesome for the community to come together, considering it's an Australian production. But like I've said, you know, we've got an awesome team in Australia who has really put all this together. We have no... we want this to get even bigger than that. This is only the beginning. So let's get into the next match, right?
Yeah, and we see the Explosion come out from Murray this time.
Good map for it, and I know Murray's good for it. Watch this last hit! How did he escape that?
Who knows?
I thought Murray for sure, and I think even Murray thought Murray had that.
But Melbourne getting Brisbane 2 down and are looking to start their push. You see Naru top left. Goose on the K-Pro, which I haven't seen before.
Doesn't matter, he's on the loose, regardless.
And can Pit push to get a score. They can go up the steps on the right-hand side there.
He could easily pocket a 20 clam, but the blooper reel throw coming out from Pit Viper, who's a resident from blooper reel. We have taught him the best way to throw that ball, and it sounds like this, guys.
Honestly, I think jumping up those stairs and throwing from the top wall is the way to go.
Right.
I think that was the...
It's very hard to keep splat bombs up there. A nice place suction can do it, but it's got to be pretty well timed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. F in chat, right there. More Murray finding someone on the side there. Can he take out the rest, or has armor been put on him as well? Oh, trying to dodge around. Can't dodge too much. Too much information coming from Ray25 and Murray for Shock to process. He tried to get out, but it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, Brisbane looking to build to a push of their own.
Oh,
Murray
brilliant.
Solaris.
Long-range shot coming out from Murray. I always love watching Murray's Explosher play. We don't get to see enough of it, especially with the nerf of that ball. Look, he's trying to run after Loose Goose and it's not going to happen. Oh, brilliant.
Sai taking out Will there. Sort of back and forth as to who's controlled mid here. They've both had their chances. Naru going down.
What? Murray, fortunately, there to trade Neru after a brilliant shot coming out from Silaris. If we look now, Neru's been doing some work. Top KA at the moment.
Box getting in Murray's way.
What do you think that box there is there for? Do you reckon it's to protect the charger from up there?
Yeah, I guess
on
so.
the wall. It's a well-placed box. It's probably... look at that.
Goodbye ball.
That is what you want to see. You want to see not only a kill, but a kill that gets rid of a ball. Ooh, see you later. It's gone there. You know what's actually really good in Clan Blitz? A really good strategy I see. When you get 10 clams together, you can throw that into the bucket and you can actually start scoring points.
Well, someone should have told these two teams.
They apparently
They
want
need
to play
to
hooky.
Coach Rambo.
We are watching a complete stalemate here, and it's a slogfest back and forth. No one's really going anywhere.
They'd rather just chill in mid.
Will's find an opening here.
Is there a jump?
As he's waiting to
Here
jump.
It comes.
Yes. Not
Gonna
far
be
enough.
denied.
We're looking at a nice 100 point. It is the
Do
most
they realise
tense.
it's a lower score that wins?
Classic. The classic golf score joke.
The Booyah comes out. They've got 3 power clams.
But they've also got no one there, and the problem with holding so many power clams is that you are a target for someone like Murray.
Yep, he can sit back behind this wall and just
Why
explosh all over you.
He doesn't need point sensors if they're all holding balls.
That's right. It's 2 down for Melbourne, 2 down for Brisbane.
And Murray can't even ball a strat to get inside because he has the world's slowest baller.
Could we see the first draw? Did we even consider what happens if Clams never gets a winner? I didn't.
Oh, no, there's always a winner.
Yeah, I know, but is that fair?
It is, because that's how the game mode works, right? If you, after the 5 minutes or 3 minutes of overtime, whoever's holding the most power clams wins.
Yeah, okay.
Ray 25 trying to make his perfect flank around Pit.
Can we get a
trying to
sneaky
find
back
his
jump?
way. Here we go, 2 down from Melbourne. This is 4v2. This is the beginning of the first push. Brisbane getting a pick right at the last second. Murray needs to hold one. No, he's in a terrible position now. He has to get out.
Him.
He was never going to escape there. That's going to be Brisbane taking home that game. This is awesome. Oh, Team Alpha wins if no one scores.
That's what I wondered.
Okay.
And so would that be fair? It doesn't matter because it didn't happen. Imagine if it happens in the grand final.
Please no. Please no.
Do we need a rule? Maybe we should put a rule in about replays or something.
What? When is that ever going to happen?
It could happen.
If it happens, then I don't know. We can cut to like a live paper scissors rock.
That'd be pretty sick.
And then
I'm down for some like paper scissors rock deciding $1,000.
But like a penalty shootout, so each player comes in to do their own.
I'd get on board for that.
Yeah, cool.
That could be the most exciting thing that we see all season.
Come on, you can't downplay this. We've got some awesome Splatoon happening at the moment. But quickly, paper scissors rock. before, who's going to win? Team Checkers or Team Rambo? All right?
Oh, and you've got the All-Star game coming up that might decide that.
Yeah, all right. Best of three.
Are we going on?
So, are we going...
How do you do it?
Like,
Tell me.
ha.
How many noises do you
Paper,
just make?
scissors, rock.
Right, okay.
No?
Or you can go the whole classic
What do you do?
1, 2, 3, shoot, or
Okay,
whatever
okay.
you want.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
But are we gonna count it?
Yeah, just say 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Are you gonna go with scissors?
No, I'm not going
or-
to go with scissors. Make sure to keep your hand up, all right? 1, 2, 3, huh. Yes.
Damn it.
Yes.
He fooled me with. I was sure you're gonna go back to scissors.
Mind games, man. Got to keep them up here. All right. What were we doing here again?
Yeah, I think we got another game going on.
Splatoon, something like that. Clan Blitz. Who's Clan Blitz? Oh, where in the background? Yo! I actually prefer this, that the pick and bans just go over our faces.
Yeah,
This is great.
it's probably better for the viewers.
It is. What do we...
Macomart is the go.
Macomart? And that would be a Melbourne pick?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
Brisbane
be.
took out that last one. And we're going back to here.
So before we get into our last game, just a reminder: a lot of viewers who weren't here earlier on may see that all the players today have got semicolons at the ends of their names. We are looking to raise awareness for suicide prevention. So if anyone's having any issues, make sure they reach out to friends, family, and there's plenty of services out there for people in those situations. Some of those are in the Oceaning Squids tweet that they sent out. I think it was last night. So check that out if you need to. But, we're all here because we love Splatoon and we love hanging out together in our community. So,
Right.
And they want me to ready up. I'm trying to say something very important and they're trying to get me to ready up.
If they knew!
Yeah.
Hey, can you just please hurry up with your suicide prevention talk?
People, honestly.
Jeez. Look, we're all here to help each other out. Just reach out if you need any of us. All right, guys, we're all here.
Absolutely.
Let's get into some more Splatoon because that's what we're here for. Our next map is going to be Macomart. So we'll make sure to get Macomart on the board as we get into our next game. I couldn't imagine any of the comps coming out different, but this is the decider this is our final game. This is our final game of today, right? Macomart is such a rush-heavy map. It's never been picked in the Firetail League experience. And we're going to see
It
people
wasn't
just...
last night, but we would ignore that.
Right, sorry. In this... Sure. Yep. Alright.
Sure, fine, whatever.
Fine. Shock died.
Remember that time that I lost paper, scissors, rock? That'll make you feel happier.
Yeah, you did. That's right. You suck.
Brisbane here getting 2 down on Melbourne. They're going to have a chance to score first.
Yeah, sharing the clams. I think clam sharing is such an important aspect of Clam Blitz that I still don't think that the whole world has kind of has figured out yet, because to try and organize 4 people to be like, okay, yes, you hold this, you get ready, no, but I have this special, but I need this, is very difficult.
Yes.
It's a complex game mode.
Communication, a lot of teamwork.
To be optimal.
Yes.
But then all that goes out the window because this is Macomart, and you just blindly go down the middle, and you are one vertical flick away from each basket.
You are. Oh, but the Goose with 5k or 6k already on that tri-slasher.
Ooh.
And Melbourne gonna score. Shock, trying to add some clams in. They're a couple away from the lead. There it goes.
Look at it. Look at the basket just completely open up. There's still three Brisbane Boomers down.
And Pitt's
Pit
gonna score a
Viper gonna
couple. Shock finding more clams as well.
Nero Murray trying their best. Sai coming in with the ball, but that ball is perfect.
Ball's gonna go in. No.
No.
Shock's
what
gonna get it
a
though.
Stop.
Down to 6.
Great. This could be one knockout. Goose is trying to figure it out. Goose is...
Doesn't have any clams though.
Oh, but he does have the kills. Takes 2 of them out. Takes Nero and Murray out, which means this counter push is not going to be as quick as it needs to be. Great showing coming out from Melbourne there. I really liked side jumping in. Even though she died, she delivered the ball directly in front of the net.
Yeah, it was enough to get them that extra score. 6 is a very strong score, but Mako might an easy one to get knocked out on as well. So they just need to keep up their defense and even score and knock it out themselves.
Right.
Very blue map in the middle there. And we talked about Brisbane's insane ability to map control with these Nauru and Murray. Nauru yeets that
ball out
away.
as soon as she just doesn't want to be a beacon anymore, right? Or Pitt getting a few hits on Murray. Murray recognizing that he needs to get the hell out of there and then come straight back in. Trying to get a few kills to stop this push. It moves them back, but it doesn't stop the push. Oh god, that stops the push.
Ray finding Pitt there. But Goose really having a nice game. Up to 15 KA already on that.
15 KA. See, the brilliance with Loose Goose is his exceptional positioning. And he can get those kills if he can find those positions. And once you open those floodgates, he knows how to kill.
Yep. Brisbane 24 clams looking to start their push. Ray going to score here.
Perfect. And great positioning from Ray. He's now got prime positioning up on the top right. Unfortunately, overextends. A 2v1 comes out. Loose Goose takes that down.
Murray goes down with some
Seems like the
there.
end of that push, but still 1 minute left.
Oh yeah, plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
They just need to build up another push. Goose finding someone in the middle here. Picks up Ray, but gets taken out by a bomb. Still 2 down on Brisbane. Pitt holding a power clam. What can Brisbane do? Can they find another win?
Ooh.
Shock and Ray trading out there.
Now we're watching this stalemate come out. Obviously, Melbourne doesn't want any more scores to go through, but they can stop this with that ball that Pitt's holding. So,
Yeah,
Silaris...
maybe just one push in overtime to end the game will do it.
Murray being taken out, that ball being dropped, that ball needs to be picked up. Unfortunately, that drops down too. Shock being taken out as well. Only 2 more people left alive. Shock coming out with a bag.
And that should do it. That
Gets that final throw with a few nice pumps before it. Hopefully we can get the pumps just at the tail end of this instant replay. No, we have just missed it, but we do get to see the final throw being thrown in by Shock. Armour. Armour has played such a key role in a lot of these games to stop Silaris's long-range blaster and also to stop Murray's flicks and explosions and stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
That would be the final map being given to Melbourne Maelstrom, taking out at least 1 set. So they can do it.
Oh, for sure. That was a much better set there for Melbourne. They've walked away with a set and 3 games. It's definitely going to help them with their... There we are. It's going to help them with their final standings. We'll have to input all the scores and see what it looks like.
What actually
that round
spits out on that leaderboard. Okay, guys. So you can visit all the stats for anyone new. All of the stats of all of the players in the games that they played are recorded on firetailevents.com. This one here.
There it is.
We have the schedule for the remainder of the games. We have the leaderboards to see who of the teams as well as the individual players. So you can filter them by who's doing the best and who's not. It is quite interesting to see the breakdown of some of these stats as well. That's all being done manually by us and the team at Firetail Events. So please have a look at that. And then firstly, just before we get an interview in, the 127 people that we have here, if we have new people on the stream, the biggest thing you can do for us is tell everyone how much you loved the stream.
Yep.
Right? On Twitter, you can follow, obviously if you've been chatting,
even if
you're
you
already following us.
Tell them you did.
We try and make it as much fun for the viewers as possible while delivering some awesome Splatoon games. I think we do a pretty good job of it. And so if you just use the hashtag Firetail Events or Firetail League,
yep.
Either one will work, or add us. That would be so much for us. I know we had the Barry in here, we had Puts, we've had Hitzel, some other big names that don't realise we're pulling 150 bloody viewers every time
Yeah, no,
we
it's
turn on.
a lot of fun. It's much more fun for us if we've got an audience and to
Right.
hang out with you guys in chat and just be goofs and you guys can sit back and enjoy it.
Nothing but
Very
professional.
professional goofs.
I've never been a goof.
I mean, professional goofs, I think is our title.
All right. Yep. Prof goofs. Yeah. Cool.
So we are looking at getting an interview here. It looks like we've got Ray25 and Will.
Will. All right. Let's hop in there and have a chat to those dudes. All right.
Can you work that out?
No, I can't work it out. What's a computer? Team, how are we?
Hey.
Yes, you
Pretty
guys
well.
can hear me. Oh, you guys have great sounding mics as well. It's very good for the stream.
Alright.
Congratulations for that win. Awesome. How are you guys feeling?
Oh, so stoked. We after I popped off like there was no tomorrow after
We
that
noticed.
TC Fort match.
Yes.
Will
Yeah, that was
clutched
intense.
up. Will flanked around, got a triple,
Yep.
and then we just held mid and won. That was insane.
Yeah, look, and I love that I get to talk to you guys. We see Sydney Endeavour really rounding out as a team, and obviously you guys have some of your strong players, but you two are stepping the hell up. What does Neru, Murray, and Alzi, what do they do to allow you guys to step up as much as you have? We'll start with Will.
Well, I think they've been very important as giving us directions, and they have a lot of experience in playing those sets with those great players, and I think it's very useful to benefit from their vision of the game, and and from it's amazing to be playing with them. I think so. That's great.
Yeah, I definitely see that. And Ray, you
Yeah?
obviously are a small carbon copy of Alzi in your playstyle. Were you a bit worried going into this game without having the support of Alzi's aggression in the front line?
Yeah, I was definitely, because like we just synergized really well together when we had Alzi in the group, and we were kind of worried, like, how are we going to make pushes without Alzi's aggression?
Right.
Like, we can't just have me. We have to have someone else. And Will stepped up and played Enzap the whole set, almost, and Junior, and he just did everything with me. And that allowed Murray and Naru just to position really well and support the team. And we just synergized really well together.
Look, I saw that as well. I think that you guys are forming now with the step up of you two. You guys are now, in my eyes, with the top two. You and Sydney are definitely the most rounded team. So,
Let's go.
what,
Oh, God.
what do you guys think about Sydney? Do you think you guys can take it off them? You're not versing them next week, are you?
Yeah,
you are
Yeah,
versing
we
them
are.
next week.
That's our last match.
What do you guys think about that, Ray? How do you think that's going to turn out?
I think the plan is just to shut down Skitter and Geo. Like
Okay.
they're like, I think they're like the main focus on Sydney, and then again you have like some other like really great players like Silem and Cookie, Nereso, Low, all that. But I think that's just the main point of the team, and you can just work around everything else. And
Yeah.
I think just positioning and 2v1ing will get us the win.
Yeah, I think so. Will, is there anything else you want to add to that?
No, I think I fully agree with what Ray said. I think that will be the main focus of our playstyle next week. So we'll try to stick up to it.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Any,
How does it feel like having Naru and Murray there, so you can go out and try and get those kills, and if it doesn't go well, then they're just there backing you up, waiting to let you jump in and go at it again.
Well, like Alzi said, like, if we have, like, Alzi can do whatever he wants. Like, if he can just run to 3 people and just feed.
Yeah.
Like Murray
Alzi
and
doesn't do
Naru-
that. What do you mean?
Hashtag 69 deaths.
Well, like, Alzi, he's free to do what he wants. Because he has Murray and Naru, which is a Dynamo and a Heavy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost unbeatable. it's definitely beatable, but it's very hard to get past.
The way they use
And-
them, yes.
Yeah, and it just allowed Will and I to do the same thing. Just run up 2v1, get picks. If we die, we're fine. We
Yeah.
just set up positioning and go from there.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your win.
That was huge, guys.
Thank
Melbourne were a
Thank you.
fierce team, and you guys picked them apart. So, very good job.
Just work on your clams games.
yeah.
Yeah, we will.
yeah,
And good luck with next week, guys.
yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. So that was Will and Ray25. Ray25 being the youngest of the Rays?
Yeah.
Middle of the Rays?
Just turned 13, I believe.
Damn.
And it's way better than me.
Yeah.
Like, way better. Like, I'm the worst.
You are the worst. I mean,
Just
just as a
awful.
person, I
Yeah.
don't even mean as a slayer in the game.
No.
So, Owsley's been trying to teach this guy.
I just don't listen to it. I can't respect the man.
That's fair enough. He's done a great job.
I'd rather be bad than listen to what Owsley says.
Well, the whole Brisbane team's coming together, and they're going really well. And that is the end of our
Round 4.
round 4.
One round to go.
Right.
I want to talk about something.
You want to talk to me about something?
Well, I can talk to you. I'm
All
probably
right.
going to talk to them.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All-Star Game. 2 weeks away.
Mhm.
Voting is going to open this week. As soon as I get it organised, it's going to open. But essentially, we'll end up with 8 All-Stars
Yes.
that we're going with.
Yes.
2 teams of 4
Uh-huh.
who will be fighting for our honour,
Right.
respectively.
Because there will be a...
Team Checkers taking on a Team Rambo.
That's
So
right.
We
That's
will,
right.
We will commentate very unbiasedly about which team might win that. But voting will go out. 50% of the vote will be up to the viewers. So you're going to send in your votes. I'll talk to you more about structure during the week. And the other 50% will come from not us, but the rest of the
community.
Firetail team.
Right. Oh, yep.
Yep.
Sorry,
So
yep.
all our commentators and TOs and stream developers.
And then we will live draft these...
We will.
A draft within a draft.
Yeah, so we'll draft it, and we'll see what happens there. Let's talk about some other things happening on All-Star Weekend.
There is going to be a hide and seek game.
Yes, we don't know how it's going to
Professional,
work yet.
top tier hide and seek Splatoon. Right, as we've got a couple of events that we're going to run up into the final game. The All-Star game will be a best of 9, just like we do with all the other games. But before that, we have a hide and seek game for you all.
So we're going to look for a nomination from each team to nominate your best hide and seeker.
Yep.
Ideally, that's probably someone who's not in the All-Star game. So
Yes.
we're looking for more people to get a bit of the limelight, so don't hog it. I think we'd end up with like a couple of pools of 2. I don't know. I'll work it
Yeah.
out. I'll tell you how it's going to work.
We're figuring out. We're looking at the official rules for hide and seek for Splatoon.
I think we'll get Gabby onto that because
Right.
she knows
She's
all
all
the hide and
over it.
seek spots. We've got a fashion competition
We do. We actually have some Firetail shirts
to give away.
To give away, right?
So you're gonna dress your squids up in a very in their best outfit,
In their best outfit.
Sunday bests.
Mhm.
You are going to. It's going to have some sort of link to the Firetail League, whether it's a link to a team like Team Colors or what did we talk? We talked about the Endeavor. Maybe you go in the sailor outfit or something.
Yep,
Anything like that. That's what we're kind of looking for,
that's it. So it's got to be a team-themed dress-up.
and we'll give you a hashtag and all that type of stuff. We'll get that out there.
We want to see a Twitter storm of just
Yeah.
people posting their squids, their themes, and how they relate to the teams.
Wow! Didn't even practice that,
What happened?
bro.
That
And
was
then the other exciting thing happening that weekend, MVP night will be announcing the MVP,
Yes.
going through all the votes from all the rounds,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
checking those out, and we'll see who takes home that illustrious prize.
Yes, so every week the commentators for the game have been voting in a 3-2-1 system for who played the best in that game. So that has all been culminating into the award, the MVP award that we'll be giving out on that stream.
Yep. And if you thought the All-Star Week was just a break for everyone. You thought wrong. You got a lot of work to do.
You do.
There's-
I want to see them dressed up squids, yo.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's 2 weeks away. We'll get some not MVP, All-Star voting.
Yes.
Some All-Star voting out this week.
Uh-huh.
And we'll look forward to watching Team Checkers destroy Team Rambo.
Not a chance. Not only are you terrible at knowing who's going to win, you won't pick the right players, and then you're their leader.
Yeah, but I don't need to tell them to do anything.
Do we do the pick and bans?
Well, I reckon chat's getting involved in that.
You reckon we get the chat? All right. Well, they have to pick a side, right? We'll have to use channel points to vote for Team Checkers or
We
Rambo.
really need to learn more about channel points and how
Right.
to use them.
Yep. Cool. We're going to figure out all this, guys. Thank you very much for staying around. Next up, we're all done for today. Next up, we have the ATAR support analysis desk with FLC on Tuesday.
Yep.
Monday, we'll come out with a player of the week over this weekend, which we had some crackers.
There was a salute quad that got you all hot and bothered, sir.
And you're going to hear me yell into this mic as well. It's going to clip hard. So cool. Thank you very much, guys, for staying around. Like I said, go tweet about us and say how much you enjoyed what we were doing. We really need more people to come and say hi.
And thank you to all our sponsors, Strutties, Asus ROG. You really...
It's opposite directions. Yeah, okay, cool. Yep.
ATAR support and Node 1.
Got it.
Yep, cool.
Yep.
You good?
I'm good. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you. See you next time.
Yes.
Tuesday.
time,
See you Tuesday.